Last episode, we collected every rare item that exists in Minecraft, or that I could think of, for putting in a museum. And in today's episode, we're building that museum. So let's immediately get started with it, because I've already gathered pretty much every material we need, like always. You know me by now. So, it's a pretty big build. It has a lot of different materials. That's why I have literally 10 shulker boxes here. Without the actual rare items in it, and it's probably not even everything we need. But let's immediately get started by first making the outline, if I get my right blocks for it. Yes, here they are. So let's immediately begin by making the outline of the building, and I'll see you back in a second. Okay, so the outline was pretty straightforward. It's not one of the biggest buildings in my world, but it's going to be one of the most colorful and most experimenting I've done in a while. Also the most challenging for me because it's a lot of detail and everything. It's just going to be in general a very nice building. But yeah, okay, so the outline is here. We are going to include 3 towers. It's going to be a small castle of some sort. And the entrance is going to be right over here. Or here somewhere. There is going to be an entrance. But first we need to up this wall by around, I think, 3 blocks. Should be high enough. The walls are now completely finished, and we can start by adding a bit of retaining walls action, or whatever it's called in here. And I want to do it by simply doing this. It's pretty simple and pretty straightforward, but it will add a lot of character to these underside walls, and then we'll start on the upper floor. Okay, so that's that done, and now we can finally start on the upper floor. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward on some points. Right here I am going to make an area that completely sticks out like an actual castle. Just like this. Let me just do it like I was thinking I was going to do it. Okay, so just like this. Then let's get our scaffolding up here real quick. And let's see if we put blocks up here. Oh, my blocks are already out. Just like this, finish it around here as well. I think slabs could work. I brought them with me, but it could work out. I need to place them correctly, of course. Every other block, just like this. Boom, 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 and boom. And now it looks like battlements. Already, I think that's the word, battlements. Okay, so it's going to go on this spot a bit. Then this spot will have them as well, starting at around here, I guess. Okay, just like this then. Till about, I guess, oh no, that's wrong. I guess till about here maybe, yes. Let's get our scaffolding up again. And our blocks as well, so let me move some things around in my inventory real quick. Like this, and I want to move it 1 block out there. Yeah, and then this needs to be different as well. Then, it was every other block where we placed one, so it's going to be like this. Yes, okay. So that's this side done, and now I need to do it on this part as well. So I'll see you back in a minute. Okay, so that's the main foundation of this big ass building done. so now we can move on with our floor structure here. It's going to be pretty straightforward. It's just going to be mud bricks. I'm not going to do anything special for it, but I do have to go get the wheat for mud bricks because I only have mud somewhere in this mess, sugar mess. Yeah, here it is. I do have mud, but I don't have wheat, like at all. Not even in my storage. So we need to go get that real quick. Let's see, do we have wheat? I guess we don't have wheat. Okay, then be ready for a quick wheat montage. I have quite a bit of mud bricks now, but it's probably not going to be enough because I still have the rest of the sugar box. But I don't have any wheat fields left. I definitely need a wheat farm eventually. That's a problem for me. Now let's get to building this floor, which is pretty straightforward. Literally just placing this for probably half an hour. I'll see you back for you guys in a second.
One eternity later.
Okay, so the floor is now finished and we can finally start on the walls of the upper floor. This is going to be pretty straightforward. I have the materials in one of these sugar boxes. I have to search for it first, of course, because I haven't organized this at all here now. We need stairs. We need trapdoors. Why don't we have trapdoors? For some reason we don't have trapdoors and we're not gonna have enough dark oak at all. That's concerning. Okay, so I'm first going to have to gather some more dark oak. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so the rest of the wood is now gathered, so now we can actually start by first of all getting up here. Just like this, okay? And then just alternating between stairs and trapdoors. Ooh, this comes out perfect. Just like this, all the way around the spots where it doesn't have these battlements around. So I'll see you back in a second when I have done that. Okay, so now we can start by actually framing out the upper layer, which is going to be quite interesting. Because it's not just going to be normal blocks filled like everywhere in the same color, but it's going to be multiple different colors of terracotta that I'm going to use, and that took me actually a while to get because I need to smelt clay for it, and there isn't actually a mesa biome anywhere in the area, so it took a while. But I did find, I did use my clay factory for it, so that's not a problem. Yeah, we are going to use many different colors of terracotta. Like every facade is going to be almost different, or every separate building, you could call it. So this is going to be one single color, and then this part here is going to be another color. And same over here, here's another color, and so also all around till we have different colors until we've used every color that I have gathered. I'm also gonna strip these dark oak blocks all the way down, just like this. And I'm now going to make a frame all around this, and then we'll begin placing our different color terracottas. Okay, so the frame is now done. We have a pretty large area to work in actually, as I see it now. It's actually a pretty large area. This is all going to be filled with different things and everything. We still need to make the entrance accessible here. I haven't thought of that yet. But okay, the next step, of course, is filling up the walls with stuff. I first need to put other stuff away before I can begin with other stuff. Let's put this right in here, maybe. Okay. So what we're gonna need is our weathered copper grates for this, and of course all our different kinds of terracotta. I've brought a lot of different kinds, but the first one here is going to be yellow, and the next one is going to be purple. Let's start that after I went to sleep. So this part here is going to be made from yellow terracotta. So this entire part here. Let's see here. Still up here. And let's already add some windows in here. I think 2 windows would fit okay in here. And let's immediately add the actual windows themselves in as well. So a window here maybe. And about this spot we'll have to see here. I personally want to put 1 window in here. In this one. And then this spot is going to be the purple. I want to put a window here. Let's see where we're going to go with this purple. This purple is going to go all the way till here, and then this is going to be a different color. Here I want at least 2 windows. Just like this. A window here. Might as well put another window here. And you know what? Let's put a window right there. Okay, so let me do this with every wall in all the different colors, and I'll see you back in a second. Okay, so the walls are now completely filled in. It was quite simple, not the most difficult part. The towers are still empty, but that's for later today. Now we can finally begin on the roofs of the actual individual parts of the buildings. So in total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a small one, 4, 5, 6, and we have 7 different roofs that need to be built. So it's quite a lot. But let's build up here and let's get started with our first roof, which we need some different materials for first, which I forgot to pick. Okay, so now we can actually get started with this roof. I have gathered every material we need now. It's just alternating fence gates with stairs, and I already did it wrong. Of course I did it wrong the first time. It needs to be stair and then fence gate. Stair, fence gate, stair, fence gate. Just like this. And we do this on every side part here. And we also put one on the extra side here. Just like this. Okay. That will work out. Let me now do this with every roof, and I'll see you back in a second. So I've now done these side parts and actually the pitch of the roofs themselves as well. They will have a lot more detail. Now there's this bear and the tower is going to sit right here, so it's gonna cover up most of that. But yeah, okay, now we can start on our first roof, which is this yellow roof. Let me get up here real quick. And not fall down on my scaffolding. Let me build up real quick. Just like this. Okay, now let's get started by making the base thing out of granite stairs. I think could work best. And then for some accents we'll use spruce stairs. Okay, so let me do this first roof and then we'll move on to the second one. One is now finished, on to roof 2. Roof number 2 is done, on to number 3. Number 3 is done now, on to number 4. Roof number 4 is now done, and now we can move on to roof number 5. Number 5 was a quick one, on to number 6. Okay, so the last roof is now also done. There is still a big hole right in the middle of the entire building that I still need to fill up, but that's for after we did the Downward Unholy mob farm. Let me light that up real quick, because that's just a pure mob farm. light this up so we don't accidentally blow this entire thing up. Okay, so what I was gonna say, there's still a big hole here, but that's for after we do the towers. And I already started on one of the towers and forgot to record, so I'm now recording it. But also, I might have gathered a bit too much roof materials. Yeah, I might have overestimated how much stuff I needed, but yeah, well, okay. Now we have stairs for an entire, another roof if we ever need it. So let's immediately get started with this tower, which I already made the foundation of. Which is pretty straightforward, it's just stone all the way up till a certain point, with a little bit of detail with tough walls and just tough bricks instead. And then an entire wooden structure on top of it with a wooden roof. You'll see it in a second, because for you, this is going to be done in a second. Easy like that. Power of editing. Love it. Okay, now this tower is done. This took me like generally half an hour. Because I didn't design it previously in my creative world. But I like this tower. It's very cute. No, cute is not the word for it. But it's like very, the actual roof you would see in like a wizard's tower. Like it's flat on the sides and it curves up. I like that I finally got to create this kind of thing. The top is a bit flat, but I can fix that. I really like this in general, but now we have 2 more towers to do. So let's first start with this one. Okay. Yeah, let's start with this one. So I still have every material normally in my inventory except for wooden planks, because I generally used like 3 stacks of wooden planks in that roof, so yay. Okay, let's get started with this one, and I'll see you back in a second. That's the second tower now done, and I might have underestimated the amount of materials I need for this. So I overestimated roofs, and I underestimated towers. I am almost out of materials. Let's see, do we have still some stone bricks in our circle boxes, and maybe some more dark oak? Probably don't. No, why did I even think? Do we have more stone? Yes, okay. That we do have. Oh, and we also have more dark brick walls. Okay, so we might have enough for the tower now. Probably not, because generally I don't know how much wood goes into these towers, but it's immense. Okay, on to the last tower we need to finish, and then we can move on to filling in that hole, adding details, and then onto the interior of the actual museum. Maybe we first finish this tower. And the third tower is now also finished. So let me put away these god-awful materials we still have in our inventory away real quick. Just like this. Okay, so now we can start with actually detailing the outer walls. I also still need to texture those towers. I just remember that. Okay, that's for in a minute. But yeah, okay. So this is still a bit of work. So okay, let me get out the materials real quick. We are going to need some fences, spruce shelves, and a lot of spruce trapdoors, so we're gonna have to make some more. Why are spruce trapdoors so freaking expensive? Okay, that should be enough. Okay. So the outer walls are going to consist of oh no, we also need buttons apparently. For what do we need spruce shelves then? Oh, for that. Never mind, we don't need spruce shelves, we need dark oak buttons. So 50 buttons should do. Okay, let me just organize my inventory real quick. We're gonna need that there. Okay. So, first of all, trapdoors are gonna go here. And then buttons are gonna go on the side pods here. But first we also need places for lanterns. Did I actually collect lanterns? Did not collect any lanterns. Let me go get those real quick. But yeah, okay. So trapdoors are gonna go on every post on the bottom. Then buttons on every cross part where beams meet. And then as well as dark oak fences will be next to every window for a bit of light. And then other details will be added later. So let me do that real quick and I'll see you back after probably half an hour of detailing. Okay, the building is now completely detailized. I don't know what the word for it is, but I still have some details I want to add. That being nature around this, so it's going to be pretty simple that I'm gonna add. I'm just gonna add like, it looks like a bit of a branch of a plant that goes up here, and I want it to run all the way, and not close that, maybe that's a good idea. Just like this, yes. Just like this, let it grow all the way up here, up to this roof. Just like that, and replace some of these spots with some flowering azalea leaves. Make this plant actually look alive. And this directly gives a lot more character to the building in general. So I'm gonna do this in multiple spots, and then I'll move on to the roof. I will not show it further, but then we can finally begin on the interior of this museum. Okay, so I've added a lot of greenery in here now, a lot of bushes around the entire building. It definitely gives it a lot better vibe. I also added a couple of shades hanging down from each corner of the roof. And I also finished the big gap. That's now a roof. I went for a very minimalistic design. I didn't want it too extensive or anything. But now we can finally start on our interior, which is still going to be pretty simple. It's not going to be something really difficult or anything. It's going to be really simple for now. Maybe later on in the world I'll change it, but I know that. So I am going to add as many of these places where I could add what's called one of the rare items in here. Like here and here we could add them in. Here we could add them in as well. Here we can't. Here we can. Here we also can. Then we move this corner again. Then here we can. We put pot there. And that there. Here we can do it again. Just like this all the way around. Still we have no more space left. And then we'll add item frames and all the items with a name. With a plate above it what it actually is. So I'll see you back in a minute when this entire interior is finished and completely decorated. So the museum interior is now completely finished. I hope I have enough spots, but I don't know. I do have more spots for some couple pedestals still. Maybe 1 or 2 can fit in here. Maybe 3, 1 here even. Yeah, this interior is generally one of the nicest one I've built so far. It's really beautiful. I like this very much. It's a very like a labyrinth almost, but I like it very much. I'm gonna put my sugar boxes away, and then we'll see if we have enough space. Okay, let's start with all of our music discs, which are generally going to fill half this thing, probably. Because how does it fill up my entire inventory? Okay, so that's big step. Next one is 4. And the next one is wards. And the next one is probably stall. Yes. Okay, so let me do this to every single place until we have filled it up entirely with the music disc and everything else. And then we'll get some inked for our signs to make them look a bit nicer. Okie. The museum is now actually completely finished. I find it absolutely magnificent. It's one of the best builds I have generally ever made. I just like this very much, all the plants and everything. The rest of the area is still bare, but that's to come in the next video. Because I've decided to not only keep the armored rims in a museum as a museum piece, but also collect every, just make armor stands in a forgery with every armor trim on it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it netherite or diamond yet. That's for probably later. Diamond I have a lot, netherite I don't. So, we'll see. But yeah, I probably am going to add something here later on, but I didn't know what. If you know in the comments, then say it so. I would highly appreciate your advice. But yeah, this is generally one of my favorite builds, and literally every rare item I could think of, around 50 items in here, are all in here. I have kept a couple of spots open because I still need to collect the bounce music disc and the lava chicken music disc. So that fills these 2 spots, and then 2 spots for future music discs, because probably every update we are getting a music disc recently, because yeah. But yeah, I can also add one more stall if we ever need more space. I also built an extra pedestal for the dragon egg itself, and then all the armor stands are in here as well. The heads I didn't do in an item frame because they can be put on a wall, because why not? It's just a very nice area actually to walk in to represent everything I've done in this world actually. Because this took me hours to collect. Hours. Even the materials for this build took me hours to collect. Maybe because I overestimated the amount I need for roof, but oh well. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like. I'll see you in the next episode where we're building a forgery for every armor trim in the game. And bye guys, thank you for watching.